Is going to be Mark Cass, and he comes from McKinney via Florida. He is with
So if you are one that knows Dave Jakes, you know that having a great introduction is everything in setting up the speaker who comes on next. So what we do at Master Networks is we actually have a form questionnaire to fill out prior to the meeting that just asks for your name, your family members, an interesting fact about you. This information is then given to the secretary who will introduce you prior to coming to the front of the room. This is so important because it gives us something to think about when you get started. It props you up before you get there, and it helps fill the gap of transition between getting set up for your presentation. So don't forget this really, really important piece.
He is spectacular, and one of the stories.
We also want to make sure that we allot for time for questions. So you have 10 minutes for your showcase and then another 4 minutes to answer questions. As leadership and timer and secretary, make sure that you are stopping the presentation at 10 minutes and allowing for the 4 minutes for questions. This part is really, really important because not only does it give them feedback on what they needed to explain further, but they can take that information and include it in their next presentation.
Jessica, you ready? You ready to follow?
So after the showcases, there's actually a section on the agenda for up to 8 minutes for additional training that you choose. During our meeting, we happen to go over direct track. We always suggest having some sort of topic that maybe the chapter's struggling with. So whether maybe it's attendance or having substitutes or reporting ROI, we usually use this section of the meeting to explain that little tidbit. And usually the person who handles this part is someone who's on the training and development team. So it's really important to grow your training and development team to be more than just your vice president. And this is where you would handle that information.
In this, then you're gonna be able to just drop down and pick the person that is. All right.
Good job. One thing I was powerful tool. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you. All right, there'll definitely be a part 2 to that because it's so robust. All right, so we're gonna get into our testimonials.
So speaking of having a commercial for your visitors, the best way to showcase what your chapter is doing is during your referrals and testimonials time. This is a time of the meeting where you spend about 10 to 20 seconds to stand up and mention about a face-to-face you had that week, a referral you may have for someone, a testimonial for someone's service, or for sending a referral and having the referral serviced to a way that showed you in a good light. This is a very important part of every meeting and should not be skipped because if you didn't have this part of the meeting, you wouldn't be able to show the proof of what's happening outside of the walls of your chapter meeting.
Right, and for the referral, we had a great lunch last week. It was good.
Awesome. Can we get a round of applause? We got a lot of love in this room. All right, so we're gonna whip through this quickly. If you're a visitor today and you didn't receive an application, raise your hand. We'll get you one real quick. We're gonna go over that application real quick in a minute, but I wanna tell you why Master Networks, if it's not obvious enough.
So towards the end of the meeting, we like to talk about why Master Networks. This is a really good segue into the next part of the agenda, which is the actual application, but we like to touch on it just slightly before to kind of give a refresher of why we're there at Master Networks.
I'm gonna give you a couple things. Reason number 1, we have high energy 1 hour weekly meetings, right? High energy, whoop, whoop. Yes, exactly. This is fun on Thursdays, right?
It's a mixture of our Brilliant in the Basics and our value propositions. So a couple items about our rotating agendas, our affiliate rewards, our 1 hour weekly meetings, things like that, just to let guests know why we do meet the way we meet and why we're different from everybody else.
And when you join, we have referrals. That's how it works, right? Grab a pen. Want to go over the application? There's
a lot of times chapters may go over on time, and to save time, they'll cut out the application process. And that is the biggest mistake that you can make as a president.
One-time application fee of $150. If you sponsor 3 people in your first 30 days and watch our university videos for new members, you can get your $150 back.
Do not skip this part. It's the close that you have for the end of the meeting, and it's an opportunity to spend up to 30 seconds just explaining the application. Literally say, grab a pen, refer to the application you were handed to at the beginning of this meeting. That gives a trigger to someone to say, oh, I didn't get a packet, can I have one? That way you can ensure everybody's received a packet. And then simply just go over the 3 boxes they will not know how to fill out.
Sponsor is the name of the person who invited you or most influenced you to join today's meeting. Reason why, they're the ones that receive the $10 a month in affiliate rewards as long as you and them are current members of Master Networks. We are the Texas North region. There are regions all over the US, so make sure you put Texas North. And chapter, we are called the McKinney Downtown Chapter. There's what? Four other McKinney chapters.
Sometimes they don't know what the name of your chapter is because multiple chapters may meet at a certain location and have different names. So for us, we explain we're the McKinney Downtown Chapter.
Product. Have a great week.
Now that we've gone over all this information, I need you to go back to your chapters with energy and positivity so that you can grow your businesses together. At Master Networks, we go beyond the business, and we do that by educating, equipping, and empowering our members, and that's what I hope I've done with these videos.